People, welcome to an episode of Blue Lives Matter. I'm out here out in the shop, and first and foremost, Blaine Bugaski watched some of the videos on this ride and said he didn't think this was a P71, which I thought it was. And to be honest, I had no idea what the hell all you guys were talking about. Some of you guys know all the stats, statistics on rides. I'm just not one of those guys. To me, it's a car. So anyway, he says check the VIN, and I'm not going to show you the full VIN because I don't want people robbing my ID. I've had a problem with that in the past. Anyway, he says look in the VIN. It's actually a P74, which I went on Wikipedia, tried looking it up. I'm not seeing anything on it, but it is not a P71. And he also brought up these alloy wheels. I told him that on the back where there was stickers, there was a sticker that went across here and it said police, vehicle, school, something. I really actually don't remember what the hell it said. But I know it was at a school. And I didn't get the complete history on this car, so I don't really know what school it served at, kind of stuff. So anyway, today I got the hood popped because while I was driving down the road, the hood was doing this flip, 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 and I was thinking it was the latch. Oh, please don't slam my hand in there again. So I'm looking at this for where? Nowhere. Now look at this. So I'm going to have to address that. I don't want the hood flipping up and over. And then there's some bodywork stuff here on the side I got to finish. Where the molding was. Hope it shows up on the camera because I can't even really see. But there's an obvious lip. And there's one back here too that I got to address. I plan on painting this hopefully here pretty soon if I have the money. But in order to get the paint ready, I have to finish that, and then sand the whole thing down. And then fix the hood. So I'm going to work on that. And Blaine wasn't the first one to set me straight on YouTube. I remember a long time ago, there was a cat that said something when I was working on Project Sam. And I put the wrong gasket on the carburetor, and he was the only one that caught it. So Blaine and Jeff LeClair probably get most of the credit for educating me on my ride. So I've never admitted that I know everything. I don't. So if you guys catch me slipping, go ahead and say it, and I'll give you credit for it. So to work, Batman. I'm going to have to take this cowl off to get to these bolts, because that is unacceptable. Don't want the hood go flying up. Probably only go that far, but it'd bend it because it has the actuators. Anyway, get to work. Cowl's off, got to put it back on, but I have got the hood secured and shouldn't have any more of that. Whoa, crap. Put some body filler on the side. When you're doing body filler, I recommend you mix it hot. And by hot, I mean add quite a bit of the hardener. Because if you don't, then you're just going to have a big goopy mess that's going to clog up your sandpaper. So while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to go over the whole thing with 220 grit and level and smooth it all out. Any place that's still got a lot of black on it, I'll just touch it up with some spray cans, and then I'm thinking about shooting this as satin white and then putting a detail kind of like we did on the trailer. Plus the Punisher. I want something up. I was going to do the race stripe and then the Punisher skull and Sick Vic, because it's Crown Vic. So why not Sick Vic it with some Punisher heads, which I keep talking about. Joe says he's going to next week is actually his birthday, even though I posted on Facebook he had a surprise birthday party. He's taking a couple days off, and he was talking about helping me paint this thing, which he's really good at taping, so I'll probably take him up on the offer. Now, in some spots, I got like some overspray on like the window and junk. You can take that off with an SOS pad, just don't scrub really hard and it'll come right off. There's some other little doodads and doomathingies that I gotta fix, but for right now, that's what I gotta focus on, so yeah. Alright, I got the cowl back in there. Everything's fitting nice and tight. In fact, it's really hard now to even get the hood up. Anyway, I sanded down with 60 grit, kind of using the palm sander because I slopped it on there. And then I went over it with 120 grit and then 220. I still got a little more sanding to do, as you can see by my big pile of dust, and it's all over me. I'm going to blow it all down or spray it off. I'm going to do something. And then Blaine's also asking some junk about did it have cloth or leather interior. He seems to think it's just a regular Crown Vic. So there's the interior. Something of note, they have the stab-proof seats back here. So if I'm a bad guy and I got a knife, I can't stab you in the back. It's a big metal plate. This is also where the cage was. That's what these big old holes are for. I plan to take down the headliner at some point. It's got some junk, yuck, and it's starting to peel down. It's coming down back here a little bit, but it's nothing I'm freaking out over at the present moment. And plus, the door locks are gone, and if I shut myself in here, see the door handle? No worky. They disconnected it. I could probably reconnect it. I just don't plan on doing it right now. See, I can't get out. So it's definitely a cop car. I mean, if you go to the Bethel Brothers Hot Rod Facebook page where the actual first episode of this is, I go through and show you like where the hole was for the spotlight, other junk. Shouldn't be sitting in here because I'm covered in that crap Bondo dust. But damn near there. Now I'm gonna lay out some graphics, and I have to work on a stencil that I'm gonna make the Punisher skull out of, so when I lay the tape down, I'm not just sitting there trying to freehand it. I'm gonna use a piece of plastic and stuff. I'll show you when I get to that point. I'm just not at that point right now. Plus, I gotta do stuff for tomorrow. I gotta go lay a bunch of concrete with Gustavo Lopez. So I kind of need to rest up. It's gonna be a lot of concrete. A lot of concrete. So I don't want to burn myself up doing this. And I sanded those areas where the inserts for the bash bar was. So now it's all nice and smooth. No lumpy. That's the way we like it, hookers. So yeah, I still need to do a little bit of hand sanding around the corners, edges, and rounded areas. You don't want to use the block on rounded areas because it will just flat out eat it down to the black paint, like right there. You can do it any way you want. I don't really care how you sand your vehicle. I'm just saying that's the way I do it. So there you go, Blaine. I hope that stuff was helpful. Yeah. I gotta go get gas, too. Driving to Joe's house really kills me on my gas. He lives very far away. So if this is it, thanks for tuning in and watching Bethel Brothers Hot Rod. Vindicated, viewers, vindicated.